called it Edge of the Woods for obvious reasons. Okay. I wrecked my car on the edge of the woods. I was dressed as Little Red Riding Hood. The air was frigid and the roads were ice. My tires skid and I swerved into a tree. Car totaled, no cell reception. I saw a cabin in the woods, lit up by a fire. My teeth began to chatter as I escaped the airbag cocoon. I ran through the woods, stumbling to knock on the red door. He had thick, dark hair with gray around the temples. He said he could stitch my cuts from the accident. I didn't know I had cuts. I was so cold. He said he was a surgeon. He offered me tea. He found a rubber band and I put up my hair. A mirror said I looked like the Bride of Frankenstein. I changed into a sweatshirt from his alma mater and a sagging pair of long johns. I drank my tea slowly. We talked about Kierkegaard and Heidegger as he sharpened his blades on a whetstone. He asked me lots of questions about my life, where I was going, and what I did for a living. He said he'd take me to the hospital in the morning. He said I had a concussion. He said he was worried about my ribs because they ached. He had very gentle hands, and I was very glad I met him. He later said I was stupid about my inherent vulnerability. I could have argued, but at the time, the conversation ceased. He said his wife died at a very young age when he caught me staring at an old photo. I said she was very pretty and asked why he never remarried. He said there had been many other women like me, but they'd never match up to her. He could never recreate that feeling. I told him that was lovely because I didn't understand at the time. I didn't think to ask how she died. He later told me none of the other women ever asked about that either. He said if I had asked, this wouldn't be happening. He said people pretend that danger doesn't exist because they're too caught up in being polite. I didn't understand knives till I bled. I felt the blade break the surface of my skin. My muscles seemed to bond around the sharp edges. It didn't hurt until the knife was gone. It's hard to think of yourself as meat. I was too tired to feel anything anymore, but I am meat. Cuts sting on the surface and feel like fire, while the deeper flesh feels like throbbing punches pounding faster than my heart. I didn't really know anything about cuts until tonight. He said I was very special when we talked about subjective spirituality and the dangers of being detached, withdrawn. He said I was nothing like the other girls. I was nothing like the other women, till the blindfold revealed the truth of this moment.